Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe, and thanks T for another request. Keep them coming, bro. As per the request, today we will be going over Resurrection of Guilliman and his revival. Resurrection of Guilliman would meet his first death at the Battle of Thessala during the year 121 M31 by the hands of his stat-padding brother, now a Daemon Primarch, Fulgrim. During his battle with his brother Fulgrim, Guilliman would receive a fatal wound from a blade that was very similar to the anatheme, which would poison and injure Horus. And so, in his poisoned state, he would be transported back to Macragge and placed in a stasis field, where he would remain for nearly 10,000 standard Terran years. Here, in the stasis field, his wounds would remain open, but pilgrims from throughout the Imperium who would come to gaze upon the fallen sun would rumor that his wounds were healing and that he would rise again when the Imperium needed him most. Obviously, many others would call these people insane, seeing as within a stasis field, absolutely nothing can change. Fast forward to the 13th Black Crusade and the results of the 13th Black Crusade. Belisarius Cawl would be rescued by the Eldari Yvraine. There, both these individuals had a single goal: to get to the Macragge system and speak with Myrnus Calgar. As per my Belisarius Cawl video, Resurrection tasked Cawl with, if Resurrection was ever slain, to find a way to revive him with some sort of armor. Cawl and Yvraine were to speak with Myrnus Calgar and reveal to him that they were going to attempt to resurrect the fallen Primarch. Now, although they were hesitant with the help that was to arrive, seeing as much of it came with Xenos and those allied with Xenos, which is considered heretical amongst the Imperium, the warbands of the 13th Black Crusade were not stopping at Cadia and were infiltrating the Macraggian system. With much hope lost and desperately needing help, Calgar and his chapter council ended up agreeing to the assistance from the Xenos and Belisarius Cawl. The warbands would eventually arrive on Macragge and would attempt to stop the resurrection of the fallen Primarch. Yvraine would call upon the Eldar powers of the god of the dead, Ynid, and with the help of Belisarius Cawl, they would succeed in the resurrection of Resurrection of Guilliman. With the traitors at his doorstep, a recently resurrected Bobby G was more than upset at the audacity that they would have to take foot on his Macraggian system. The enraged Primarch would prove too much for the traitorous forces, and so they would be able to repel them back from whence they came. But this would not mean the end for the struggles of the recently resurrected Primarch. Spiritually and mentally, he would have to come to terms with the fact that the Imperium was now idolizing the Emperor as a god, blasphemous in his eyes. Obviously, this came as a shock to him, for at the time that when he was put into stasis, the Imperium didn't preach of this. They spoke of the Imperial truth. The Imperial truth being that no gods exist and science overruled all. Though it was originally a struggle for him to grasp, he would come to terms with the state of the Imperium and set out to speak with his father on Terra. Thanks again for the request, T. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment on anything you guys want to hear next, and remember to follow for more.